Hey guys, so this video is supposed to be about my Mary Kay money, and I just want to tell you it's so bizarre to be looking at your face in the computer screen and talking. You feel like you're talking to yourself, and I must have put on 5 different lipsticks. So what I'm gonna next invest in with my Mary Kay money is a really good light for a better computer. All right, so anyway, I'm done with that. I just have a message to you from my heart today, and I became aware of something that then I felt like I really needed to share with you. So it's tax time, and I downloaded my Mary Kay income advisory statement from the InTouch website. Once you start to make a commission and you're earning a car and you're really working your business like a business, you begin to, you get a 1099 from the company. And so I'm a numbers person, and I always like to evaluate and look over things. And I compared, I just looked over, I always compare it to the prior year. Really did pretty much about the same as we did last year, and I'm always looking to grow. And so I think about, well, what did I do? And realize I'm telling myself to chill out. We moved 600 miles from home, and I sent off a kid to college, and we had a major adjustment in our family. And so the fact that I maintained for a year is great. It feels really good to know that I was able to balance my family and my career. And so there's a really significant thing that I recognized when I took a look at my income advisory statement, because when you're a car driver in Mary Kay, one of the things that they do is they include in the facts and figures the value of the vehicle. I have been driving on Mary Kay for, this is my 14th year. I earned a car as a consultant. I was not a sales director yet. I became a sales director shortly thereafter. But so, I have been driving on Mary Kay for a very long time, and I don't want to ever say that I take it for granted, because I don't. I appreciate my car every single time I get into it. I've been driving a brand new car because we trade them in every 2 years, and it's amazing. I think when I listen to people talk about their car issues or their car payments, it's just foreign to me because it's not anything I've done for the last 14 years. So what I did was I took a look at the amount of money that Mary Kay says that this car is valued at. So the payment that they made to the leasing company and the payment that they made to the insurance company. And I took that amount from this current year and I multiplied that by 14 years. And this is the figure that I came up with: $84,695. And I thought, oh my goodness, let me think about this money for a minute. I'm amazed that I've been compensated like that from Mary Kay, and that was just the perk, because I'm still getting paid to do what I do, and I'm still earning 50% on what I sell. So I really wanted to speak to you from my heart today and say, guys, Mary Kay's really, really offering free cars, and they're not just for sales directors. Like I said, I earned one when I was a consultant. I've helped 2 other people over the years in my unit earn a car, and it is just an amazing thing. And so, you may never picture yourself as a sales director, or you may picture yourself as a sales director, but what I want to say is that it's available. It's available to everyone, and this is such a significant savings to your family. I want you to think about a couple of things. One is, what are you making for a car payment? And are you leasing the car, or do you own it? And if you're leasing it, do you have a limited amount of miles that you're able to drive? Because I did my year-end mileage, because we need to report that for tax purposes if we're writing off our vehicle, right? Like I am. And I picked up my car on April 1st, and I had 17,000 miles on my car at the end of December. So that wasn't even a full year. And I well know that if I were leasing the car, I'd probably have 12,000 miles. And then after that, I would need to be paying for the mileage. So there are so many reasons why the car program is so valuable with Mary Kay. The other thing that happened is when we moved to Charlotte, we don't have many tolls in Charlotte, but what we do have is a state sales tax. So when we register our vehicles, we have to pay the Division of Motor Vehicles some money. My husband has a 10-year-old pickup truck and a just about the same amount of age motorcycle. And when he went to register those two vehicles, we had to pay the Division of Motor Vehicles $600 to register it because they take, a percentage of what it's worth. Well, what happened was Mary Kay called me and they said, well, we know that you moved. And so what we need you to do is get your driver's license and photocopy that and email it to us. And then we will register your vehicle and we'll send you the plates. So in addition to, I didn't even add that into this amount, Mary Kay paid for my registration and my plates and everything, the taxes that I would have paid to Division of Motor Vehicles. So I feel so fortunate. And so I'm thinking about what, oh my word, what would I have done to pay $85,000 over the past 14 years? Where did that money go? Well, it went lots of places. And I will tell you what Mary Kay has afforded me to do. And along this topic of, what do your Mary Kay profits do for you? So I just wrote down a couple notes of what Mary Kay has afforded me in the past 16 years. So in the beginning, I was doing Mary Kay very part-time, and Mary Kay afforded me the ability to be a stay-at-home mom. And it provided a huge tax shelter for our family because my husband earned a lot of money and my money was kind of just the extra. But we were able to enjoy extreme tax advantages for being self-employed because there are so many things we were able to write off. So that's what Mary Kay provided me in the beginning. Then some of you know, if you know my story, that I became suddenly single right around the time that I was going into DIQ. My husband told me he wanted a divorce, and he was nice enough to stay for as long as it took me to become a sales director, which was quick because I was like, yeah, I'm done with this negativity. So I quickly became a sales director. I worked on purpose and I made it happen. And what Mary Kay has afforded me at that time was, as a single mom, to be a work from home mom because my income was now necessary. It was not extra. And I don't want to call myself a stay-at-home mom. I want to say I was a work-from-home mom because my career quickly became very important to me, but my children were equally important to me. And I was able to, function and do both of those really well, in my humble opinion. Currently, what does my Mary Kay money afford me to do? Well, I know you don't see me on lots of fancy vacations or anything, but guess what? We have 3 in college. Hello. And we're contributing to 3 college educations. So yeah, hello, what my Mary Kay money does, again, it is not extra. It's actually going towards something really huge and we feel is a huge benefit to our children. And the tax benefits, again, are just amazing because, when you work a job, you get a statement of what your income is. And so I'm using the state of New Jersey as an example because my children live there and I just moved from there. So what happened is my children were eligible for a certain amount of grants because it was not based on the number that was on this piece of paper, because by the way, that number is looking really nice and it's actually what I would consider to be career income, except that that's not the number that the state grant department gets, because they get the number that you file on your tax return. And the number that I file on my tax return is a lot less than is printed on here because I'm taking legal and very appropriate tax deductions that I'm eligible to take. And so my children are benefiting from some pretty sizable, significant grants very legally. So that's been really fantastic. And then, so we have 3 in college, and then in a few years they will be off, and God willing and God bless them, will be doing fabulous things as young adults and moving on to their own lives. And what Mary Kay money is going to do for me then is build a future. And my husband and I have some serious goals to build wealth and to give more and to give 10% of our income away. Like, we want to give so generously to build a legacy for our family. And truly, my personal goal is to let my husband do what he wants. And if he wants to stay at the job that he's at, well, then that would be fantastic. And if he wants to leave, well, then great, because I don't know if he loves his job, you know. Not like I love my job. And so I just want him to have the flexibility. And you've seen so many national sales directors and top directors like our friend Cindy Mack, you know, who talks about how she was able to retire her husband and let him, you know, move away from corporate or America and just build the life of their dreams. And so, you know, that's what the Mary Kay money is going to do in the future. So you know, I wonder, what is your Mary Kay money going to do? What do you want it to do? And I really hope that you will take some time to think about it. And I would love to chat with you about it. But I have car drivers on our team. Ladies, this is money that's on the table. Mary Kay is not giving away a maximum number of vehicles. Any of you who qualify for a career car can have one. And I think you deserve it. And I want you to have that for your family. That money is a lot of money. Let me show it to you again. Almost $85,000. Come on. This is not pennies, people. I am serious. I am serious. I want you to have that. So if you look below, I just started a Pacesetters class with Leah Carta, National Sales Director, Executive Senior National Sales Director Leah Carta. She's brilliant, young and brilliant and very successful. And so this magic number thing, I loved it because it really has you analyze, you know, what you're doing and allows you to work on purpose, because you really need a number to shoot for. You can't just like say, oh, I want to do X and then figure out how it happens. And at the end of the month, you say, well, did I do it or not? And if I didn't do it, then how did I even know I was going to get there? So I love this magic numbers formula. So you figure out how much profit you want to make. Then you know how much retail, but this is the way that you do that. You take the profit amount that you want and you divide it by 0.40. That's 40%. Trust me, I know those of you who aren't numbers people are like, what? Yeah, divide the number by 40% because you're going to do the 60-40 split. Then you need to figure out what your per face average is. Now, let me just tell you this. You should be selling, your per face average should be between $75 to $100 per face, the average. Now, what I want you to know, if you're not there at $75 to $100 per face, it's probably one of two things. Either your skills are not there, and you know, we can build skills, we can learn, and I'm happy to help you with that. You know, it takes practice, especially if you're new, to feel really comfortable with what you're doing. But please, if you are new and you're not sure about your skills, just make sure that you are plugging into the resources that we have, so that you can gain those skills and so that you really feel like you are getting better every single time. It's either skills or it could be the clientele. So, you know, again, this is worth us chatting about, and I'd be happy to help you if you feel like you need a little bit of help with that. So then what you do is you take the number of faces that you're gonna need to get to your profit amount, and then you divide it by 3 so that you come up with a number of parties that you should have. Now, why do we say parties? Because look, if you need to see 100 faces per month or 30 faces per month or whatever it is, wouldn't you rather have 10 appointments than 30? So, you know, gathering up these group appointments is really a better use of your time. And I'm telling you, the magic happens when people are gathered in groups. You know, they really feed off of one another's energy. Now, that's not to say I never do a facial. I do. I love meeting people, and sometimes one-on-one happens, but you know, you want to be shooting to have the group appointments. Considering that about 80% hold. Now, this is something that Leah said last night about the 80%. 80% is pretty high, and you want to guarantee yourself that 80% by doing the right kind of coaching. So the appointment booked is one thing, but the appointment coached is another. And so you need to be equally as dedicated to your coaching process as you are to your booking. Okay, so then you know how many parties you need to book, right? And then in terms of generating your leads, if 1 in 7 books, now you know how many people you need to be working with, okay? So I would love to know what your magic numbers look like, and I would be happy to coach you. So my link is attached below to book me for some time. This is what I want to leave you with, because you see a picture of my man down there. That was the day that Laura and Nicole and Kathy Kumari and some of the other friends from the Caddyshack came and helped me to pick up my Equinox in April. And then I drove it home and he was like, he ran out of the house and jumped into the front seat of the car. Let me tell you something. If there's a man in your life, Mary Kay always used to say that you don't need a man in your life to be successful in Mary Kay. But if you have one, it's important that he's on board because you don't need a man to do Mary Kay well, but you need his support if you do have one in your life. And this is what I want you to know. Men like cash and cars, okay? So if he's not supportive, the question might be, are you showing him the money? So let's get real about that. I know I send you fun prizes. He doesn't care about that, you do. But let's make sure that we're showing the men the money, okay? Earn yourself a free car. I want to help you with that. So here's something fun I'm going to leave you with. I went to January Jumpstart this past weekend, and Robin Rowland is a national sales director who's trained at the feet of Mary Kay. And she said that she got this from Mary Kay. So Mary Kay said, from birth to 20, a young woman needs parents, good parents. From 20 to 40, she needs looks. From 40 to 60, she needs personality. And 60 plus, she needs cash. So what are you doing, whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you're 20, whether you're 60, what are you doing to secure your financial future? I know that there's no place better to be than Mary Kay. And I love you guys so much with all my heart. I want more car drivers because I want you to put this money back in your family's pocket. Mwah. Love you.